Masked Girl starts with a flashback of Momi's life. As a child, Momi loved performing on stage and dreamed of becoming a celebrity or a dancer. But when she grew older, people started calling her ugly. Even though she could dance and sing well, she didn't get the same attention as other performers who were considered more beautiful. One day, Momi's mother tells her that she should choose a different goal because becoming a performer will not work for her. This makes Momi very sad. She grows up feeling that she is considered unattractive in South Korea. At 27, Momi works as an office employee, but she still dreams of performing on stage. At night, she secretly works as a broadcast jockey, KBJ. During her live streams, she performs provocatively for viewers who send her money. Online, she is known as Masked Girl. One normal day, Momi and her friend Sang-sun go to work. At the office, they see a new employee named Riem. She is very pretty and tries to get attention from the male workers by making coffee for them. Masked Girl continues with the men in the office comparing Riem's beauty with Sang-sun and Momi. They make rude comments about their looks. Momi and Sang-sun talk about it in their office chat and complain about the men. Their boss, Mr. Park, is someone Momi secretly likes. She believes he is different from other men and does not judge people based on their appearance. Momi has a one-sided crush on him, but she knows she can never confess because he is married. At home, Momi searches online for ways to change her appearance with plastic surgery before starting her live stream. During the stream, Momi dances for her fans and takes requests from viewers who pay more money. Some fans start asking questions about her face, but she avoids answering them. The next day at work, Mr. Park angrily scolds Momi because she made a mistake in an accounting audit. Momi feels very embarrassed. Later that night, Momi's team goes out for drinks. The men again talk about Riem's beauty. Mr. Park refuses to take a drink from Riem at first, but later accepts it after Sang-sun starts arguing about sexual harassment. The group then starts talking about adult broadcasting services. Momi is shocked when one of her co-workers says he is a fan of Masked Girl. After drinking, the group plans to go for a second round, but Mr. Park and Momi decide to leave. Momi asks him to drop her near the train station. While they are in the car, Mr. Park gets a call from his wife. He lies to her and does not say that he is with a woman. Momi misunderstands this and thinks that Mr. Park has feelings for her. Later during her livestream as Masked Girl, Momi asks her fans about the situation. Some fans say negative things about Mr. Park, but she blocks them. Momi tells her viewers that she believes her boss likes her and is hiding it from his wife. The next day, Mr. Park scolds Riem for doing a bad job and tells her to finish the report before leaving. Later, Momi and Riem are the last employees in the office. Momi leaves the building but realizes she forgot her ID card on her desk. She goes back to get it and sees Mr. Park and Riem having sex in the office. Momi is heartbroken. She runs back home, gets drunk, and starts a livestream. During the livestream, Momi is very drunk and ends up getting nude on camera. Her account is immediately banned. The next morning, she wakes up with a hangover and feels shocked by what she did. Momi goes to work and decides to take revenge on Riem for ruining her life. She tells the office gossipers that Mr. Park and Riem had an affair. The rumor spreads quickly through the office. As people keep talking, the story changes, and soon employees start saying that Riem is pregnant with Mr. Park's child. Mr. Park and Riem are called by HR and receive a warning about their relationship. After that, Mr. Park starts missing work, and Momi becomes worried. One night, Momi sees Mr. Park on the street. He is very drunk and making a scene. She takes him to a motel and helps him lie down on the bed. While taking off his clothes, Momi pretends they're having sex, but nothing actually happens between them. The next morning, Mr. Park wakes up and quietly leaves the motel. Later that day at work, Momi learns that Mr. Park has quit his job. That same morning, Momi receives an email from an unknown sender. The email contains a nude photo of her from her livestream when she was dressed as Masked Girl. Momi is shocked and becomes worried that someone knows her real identity. On the train ride home, Momi suddenly accuses a man of touching her butt. Momi drags the man to the police station and hits him, accusing him of touching her. She also claims that he sent the threatening email. However, the police find her story hard to believe. Momi then tries to message Mr. Park to talk about what happened at the motel, but he refuses to reply. Feeling desperate and lonely, Momi uses the private chat feature to talk with one of her subscribers. She starts chatting with a fan named Once Upon a Prince, who is kind to her. At the end of the episode, It is revealed that this fan is actually Momi's co-worker, Ju Oh-nam. Mask Girl is told from the perspective of Ju Oh-nam. Oh-nam explains that he was a chubby and healthy child in middle school. Because of his appearance, he was bullied for many years. As he grew older, he decided to stay invisible and avoid people so he would not get bullied again. During his lonely life, Oh-nam started watching animated adult content and slowly became addicted to it. His addiction became so strong that he even bought a life-sized figurine of his favorite animated character. He also had a difficult relationship with his mother, who wanted him to become a doctor. Over the years, Oh-nam became very good at avoiding eye contact with people. Instead, he developed a habit of memorizing people's hands. One day at work, while interacting with Momi, Oh-nam notices the beauty marks on her hands and her nail art. This makes him realize that Momi is actually Mask Girl. After work, Oh-nam spends most of his time and money watching online livestreams, especially Momi's. Because of this, he becomes even more attracted to her. He also sees Momi having feelings for Mr. Park and feels worried about it. However, he becomes very happy when he sees Mr. Park and Ariam secretly hooking up at the office. Later that night, he watches Momi get naked on camera during her livestream. This makes him feel disgusted and confused about her. He decides that he wants to confess his feelings to her. He believes that she might accept him if she finds out that he is her biggest fan, once upon a prince. But when he faces her in real life, he cannot start a conversation. One day after work, he sees Momi and Mr. Park getting into a taxi and going to a motel. Feeling upset, he sends Momi her nude photo through email to scare her. That night, during a private chat, Momi asks Oh-nam to meet her in person. However, he does not reply in time. Momi asks another fan to meet her and goes to the meeting wearing a dust mask. She meets a user named Handsome Monk. During the meeting, Momi wants to keep her mask on, but the man convinces her to remove it. Surprisingly, Handsome Monk does not say that she is ugly, which makes Momi feel more confident, and she agrees to have drinks with him. Later, Handsome Monk suggests they go somewhere quieter to continue drinking. However, he is secretly tricking her. He updates his friends on Twitter, saying that Mask Girl is much uglier than he expected. He even promises to share a photo of Momi after getting her drunk. He then convinces Momi to go to a motel with him. He pays for the room and the drinks, planning to trap her. Meanwhile, Oh-nam reads the tweets and becomes worried about Momi. He tries to call her, but she does not answer, so he quickly goes to the area where he thinks there and starts searching for her to help. Meanwhile, Handsome Monk starts forcing Momi to drink and behaves inappropriately with her. Momi tries to stop him, but he becomes aggressive. The room has a water bed, and the two end up on it. Momi struggles to push him away while he tries to force himself on her. During the struggle, Handsome Monk slips off the bed and hits his head on a marble counter. He starts bleeding and falls unconscious. Momi becomes very scared. She picks up her phone and notices several missed calls from Oh-nam. She sends him the address of the motel room, and he says he will help take care of the body. Oh-nam tells Momi not to report the incident because she could go to jail. While trying to cut the body so it can fit into a suitcase, Oh-nam realizes that the man is not dead, only unconscious. Shocked, Oh-nam suddenly stabs him with the knife in his hand, killing him instantly. He cleans the motel room and takes the body to his apartment. Meanwhile, Momi stops going to work because she is frightened by everything that happened. Later, her co-workers learn that she has quit her job. Oh-nam gets Momi's address from HR and goes to her apartment to see her. He tries to contact her, but she does not respond. Soon, Momi surprises her fans by announcing that she will do one last broadcast as Mask Girl. Oh-nam quickly goes to Momi's apartment and knocks loudly on her door. She finally opens the door for him. Inside, Oh-nam sees that Momi has packed all her things and is planning to run away. Momi is still wearing her mask while talking to him. Oh-nam tries to convince her not to leave. Momi then reveals that she already knows he was the one who sent her the nude photo to threaten her. Oh-nam admits that he did it because he thought he was protecting her. Hearing this, Momi breaks down and starts crying. Momi tells Oh-nam that she wants to start a new life and asks him to leave. Oh-nam becomes afraid that she will forget him. In desperation, he forces himself on her and claims he is protecting her. During this moment, Oh-nam notices that Momi has had plastic surgery on her face. He is shocked by the change. At the end of the episode, while they are on the bed, Momi suddenly stabs Oh-nam with a knife. He dies instantly. Mask Girl starts from Ju Oh-nam's mother, Kim Kyongya's perspective. Kyongya says she was a simple woman who married a government employee. But soon after Oh-nam was born, her husband left her for another woman, and she had to raise her son alone. Kyongya spent her whole life taking care of Onam. She worked many different jobs to earn money and raise him well. After saving money for some time, she opened a small restaurant. As Onam grew up, Kyongya noticed that other children at school were bullying him. Instead of talking to the school, Kyongya decided to pray for her son so that he would be guided in life. Kyongya says that after that day, she no longer had to worry about Onam's grades. Years pass, and Onam goes to college. After getting a job, he asks his mother if he can move out and live on his own. Kyongya remembers how she sometimes had to force him to open the door when she came to bring him food or side dishes. Frustrated with his behavior, Kyongya decides to cut ties with him. After a long time without hearing from him, Kyongya becomes worried when Onam does not call her back. She calls the police to open his apartment. Inside, they find a dead body in the fridge. The case gets a lot of media attention, and people suspect that Onam killed the man and ran away. The police question Kyongya and learn that Onam has been missing for 2 weeks. The media also reveals details about Onam's strange addiction to sex toys and porn. Psychologists say that he may have had poor mental health and could have killed someone. After talking with his co-workers, the police believe that Momi's disappearance is connected to Onam. The police check Momi's apartment and talk to her landlady. The landlady tells them that Momi moved out, saying she was going abroad. She also says that Momi recently had plastic surgery and never invited any men to her apartment. Kyongya decides to handle the case herself. She starts learning how to use computers so she can use Onam's computer and find information about Momi, also known as Masked Girl. She begins chatting with young people online and learns the internet slang they use. Kyongya withdraws all the money from her bank account and befriends Teddy, the manager of Masked Girl's fan cafe, who is also searching for her. Teddy shows her a video of a girl, and Kyongya realizes that Momi is now performing with a new face and a different identity. Kyongya suffers from PTSD after Onam's death and blames herself for not protecting him. She becomes even more traumatized when the police find Onam's dead body. 5 months pass after the incident, but Kyongya becomes even more determined to find Masked Girl. She goes to Momi's family home and tries to talk to her mother. However, Momi's mother refuses to speak with her. She files a complaint against Kyongya for harassment, and Kyongya is forced to leave. After this, Kyongya starts telling lies about Onam to show off in front of her friends. Later, she hears about a fortune teller from her friends and decides to go to Gangcheon to find Masked Girl. There, she follows the girl she saw in Teddy's video and gets the phone number of her agency. Kyongya learns that the girl in the video is called Yumi and goes to the red light area to look for her. After searching for a long time, Kyongya suddenly runs into Yumi at a tteokbokki stall. She secretly follows her and finds out that Yumi works at a room salon called 37 to 5 degrees. From the salon manager, Kyongya learns that Yumi now uses the name Mier. Kyongya also goes to the same hair salon as Yumi and notices Masked Girl's necklace on her. Believing that Yumi is Masked Girl, Kyongya prepares herself for an attack and buys an illegal gun. She starts working as a taxi driver and waits outside the room salon. One day, Yumi gets into her taxi, and Kyongya knocks her out with a taser. Kyongya takes her to an abandoned place and plans to kill her. Yumi begs her to stop and says she is not Masked Girl and did not kill her son. The episode ends with the girl saying that her real name is Kim Chun-air, and the person Kyongya is looking for might be her colleague. The story begins with Chun-air telling her life story and how she met Kim Momi, also known as Masked Girl. She talks about her childhood and how she was often left out at school because of her looks. After moving to a new school, she met a boy in her class named Bu Yong. Chun-air had a one-sided crush on him but never told him about her feelings because he felt out of her reach. Bu Yong was training to become a K-pop idol and was preparing for his debut. After finishing school, Chun-air started working as a cashier at a convenience store. One day, she met Bu Yong again there. At first, Bu Yong asked her for small favors, like buying alcohol and cigarettes for him from the store. Later, he started borrowing money from her. Chun-air kept lending him money for years. But after Bu Yong finally debuted as an idol, he disappeared from her life. One day, Chun-air tries to contact Bu Yong, but he ignores her. Later, she overhears him talking with his friends and saying that he only saw her as an ATM. Bu Yong also tells his friends that many desperate girls liked him and that he made them spend money on him. Chun-air is hurt after hearing this. She decides to expose him to the media. She writes a post saying that Bu Yong, also known as Philip, was involved in underage drinking, extortion, and other illegal activities. She also shares photos as proof. After this incident, Lee Yoo-young loses his job. Chun-ae then decides to change her life by getting plastic surgery. Later, Chun-ae meets Lee Yoo-young again, and he is shocked by her new look. She takes him to her apartment and starts dating him. She asks him to find a job, but after his scandal, he says he no longer has the motivation to go outside and work. Lee Yoo-young's failure makes Chun-ae feel guilty, so she starts working at a club to earn more money for both of them. Chun-ae becomes the star performer at the club. However, things at home are not good because Lee Yoo-young spends all day playing video games and leaves the house messy. Later, Momi starts working at the same club. The two women begin to clash from the start. Momi uses the stage name A-Riem, and Chun-ae feels that the new girl steals her spotlight and many of her customers. Chun-ae also tells Kyongya that Momi had natural breasts while hers was silicone implants, trying to prove she is telling the truth. Chun-ae says she wants Momi dead just as much as Kyongya does and promises that she will help find Momi instead. Chun-ae believes that Momi might find out that an old woman is searching for her and could run away. Kyongya believes Chun-ae and decides to let her look for Momi. Chun-ae then goes straight to Momi's house and tells her everything about Kyongya. However, the truth is different from what Chun-ae told Kyongya. In reality, Momi and Chun-ae were very close friends. Their similar struggles and experiences as outcasts brought them together, and they became inseparable. One day, when Momi became sick, Chun-ae tried to take her to the hospital. At that moment, Momi confessed that she had killed Oh-nam. Chun-ae supported her friend and understood why she did it. In the present day, Momi and Chun-ae try to find a way to get out of the situation. At the same time, Teddy, who is searching for Masked Girl, takes photos of Chun-ae coming out of Momi's apartment building. Chun-ae returns home and gets into an argument with Lee Yoo-young. Tired of his refusal to work, Chun-ae decides to kick him out. However, Lee Yoo-young beats her and says he has figured out that she was the one who leaked his photos in the controversial article. He believes Chun-ae ruined his life and says she will now pay for it. He then forces her to work as an escort. Meanwhile, Teddy follows Chun-ae and thinks she is Masked Girl. Chun-ae threatens to report him to the police and then goes to see Momi. There, Chun-ae tells Momi everything about what Lee Yoo-young is doing to her. Momi tells Chun-ae to pack her things and run away with her. Chun-ae tries to quietly leave while Lee Yoo-young is asleep, but she accidentally steps on a squeaky toy that her puppy was playing with. Lee Yoo-young wakes up and beats her badly for trying to run away. At that moment, Momi arrives and attacks him. She tries to strangle Lee Yoo-young with a rope, and Chun-ae wakes up in time to help her. Together, the two women strangle and kill Lee Yoo-young. They put his body in a suitcase and place it in his sports car. At the same time, Teddy sends photos of Momi and Chun-ae to Kyongya, saying he is not sure which one of them is the real Masked Girl. Kyongya realizes that Chun-ae lied to her and starts chasing them. She follows the two women and tries to shoot them with her gun. However, the gun does not fire immediately, and both women run toward her to take the gun away. Suddenly, the gun fires and Chun-ae is shot. Momi becomes furious and attacks Kyongya. Chun-ae wakes up one last time, knocks Kyongya unconscious, and then dies in Momi's arms. Momi later pushes Kyongya's car, with her dead body inside, into a lake. She leaves Lee Yoo-young's body in the suitcase with her. After that, Momi turns herself in as Masked Girl. The episode ends with cameras flashing as Momi walks into prison. Momi is arrested after admitting that she killed Oh-nam and Handsome Monk. The media becomes very interested in the case. Doctors say that Momi had full-face plastic surgery, and Masked Girl becomes a sensation in the news. During the trial, Momi is sentenced to life in prison for her crimes. In a flashback, Momi leaves a little girl at her mother's house. She asks her to take care of her newborn child and Chun-ae's dog for some time. The little girl's name is Kim Mimo. Mimo remembers how her grandmother often mocked her and said she was just like her mother. Mimo says that she really liked the tteokbokki sold by an old woman across from her school. She also remembers that when she was in middle school, her friends stopped talking to her after their parents found out that she was Masked Girl's daughter. Mimo searches about Masked Girl on the internet and starts pretending to wear a mask, acting like her mother. Her grandmother punishes her by making her stand outside in the rain. When Mimo gets a fever, the old woman takes her inside. After that, Mimo starts developing an aggressive personality and begins beating her classmates who spread rumors about her. Mimo gets suspended and moves to different schools, but her aggressive behavior does not change. Years later, at a new school, Mimo is made to sit with the class outcast, Yi-chun. At first, Yi-chun does not like Mimo. Yi-chun tries to be friends with the popular kids, but the girls in her class do not accept her. One day, Mimo saves Yi-chun from school bullies. After that, the two become close friends, and soon Mimo and Yi-chun become inseparable. However, Yi-chan starts complaining about her family and says she is having a hard time with them. Mimo does not want to share details about her personal life at first. Yi-chan lies and says her father is abusive and that she once saved her stepmother by stabbing him. Mimo feels sorry for Yi-chan and finally trusts her. She tells Yi-chan that her mother is in prison and that she does not know who her father is. After learning about Mimo's family situation, the two become even closer friends. However, Yi-chan continues to throw tantrums at home and keeps lying to Mimo about being abused by her father. As time passes, Mimo and Yi-chan's bond grows stronger. Mimo also tells Yi-chan that her mother is in prison for murder. Because of the difficult family situations, the two girls decide to run away from home. They plan to save money so they can find a place to live together. At home, Yi-chan becomes curious about Mimo's mother and searches for her online. She learns that Mimo is Masked Girl's daughter and gets excited about it. Yi-chan sells her little sister's walker to save money so she and Mimo can find a place to live. Yi-chan tries to find other ways to earn money, but she gets caught selling fake K-pop idol photocards to small kids. Some teenagers chase her away, and then her school bully finds her and starts beating her. Meanwhile, Mimo tries to steal someone's laptop at a cafe to get money. She is caught and taken to the police station. Her grandmother comes there and slaps her for disobeying her. The woman throws Mimo out of the house. After that, Mimo runs away and calls Yi-chan, hoping she can stay at her place for the night. Yi-chan lies and says things are not good at her home because her parents are fighting again. With nowhere else to go, Mimo stays at the school that night. The next morning, Mimo learns that everyone at school now knows she is Masked Girl's daughter. She skips school, which makes Yi-chan worried. Later, Mimo's grandmother comes to the class and asks to speak with Yi-chan. Yi-chan says she does not know where Mimo is. She goes out to search for Mimo and runs into her own family. From a distance, Mimo watches them and realizes that Yi-chan's parents are not the bad people she had described. Mimo feels heartbroken and asks Yi-chan to meet her at the underpass. There, the two girls argue. Mimo accuses Yi-chan of lying to her and of telling everyone that her mother is Masked Girl. The episode ends with an old woman walking through the underpass while Mimo beats Yi-chan. A flashback of Momi being taken to prison. She has difficulty getting along with her cellmates. The women in the prison are curious about her, but Momi keeps to herself. There, a woman named Ahn Yoon-suk is known as a powerful person. Momi learns that Yoon-suk has many wealthy connections outside the prison and also has influence with the wardens. She also learns that Yoon-suk is known for granting favors inside the prison. Yoon-suk was put in prison for helping in the murder of her husband and his mistress. Later, Momi is called by Yoon-suk. Yoon-suk slaps Momi and says that she looks similar to her husband's mistress. In the prison, Momi breaks the rules by giving her share of food to another prisoner. This directly challenges Yoon-suk's authority. Yoon-suk's followers start harassing Momi, but Momi fights back and gets injured. However, Momi is the only one sent to solitary confinement for fighting with Yoon-suk's gang. After some time, she is released, but she starts a new pattern. She keeps beating up Yoon-suk's gang members and is then punished with 15 days of solitary confinement again and again. The warden tells Yoon-suk that this situation is not good for her. If the fights continue, her followers might get involved in an investigation because of Momi's violent behavior, which could affect Yoon-suk's future in prison. After being beaten by Momi many times, Yoon-suk's followers start becoming afraid of Masked Girl. Yoon-suk finally agrees to a truce and asks Momi to leave her and her followers alone. Years pass, and Momi is still in prison. One day, she attends a welcoming ceremony for the new warden. The new warden tries to change things in the prison, but Yoon-suk still remains the most powerful prisoner and becomes friendly with the warden. A young new prisoner sits with Momi and praises her, saying she is still popular among young girls. One day, Momi receives a letter from someone who claims to be her fan. Inside the letter, she finds an article about her daughter. The article is the same one that Mimo's friend Yi-chan was reading. It talks about whether violence is genetic and says that Mimo's aggressive behavior at school might be because she is Momi's daughter. Momi also reads a note from the sender saying that she finally understands a mother's pain. While reading the letter, Momi believes that the sender is connected to Kyongya. After that, she decides that she wants to escape from prison and starts making a plan. She begins collecting items that could help her escape. Momi prepares different tools, including a makeshift rope and a sickle, as part of her plan to run away. The guards find out that Momi is trying to escape and take her back. She is put into solitary confinement for a month, even though the limit is 2 weeks. During this time, Momi is given a Bible to read and is left alone. After a month in solitary confinement, Momi comes out as a different person. She tells her cellmate that she had a vision while she was inside. She says that the Lord spoke to her and promised to save her. Momi starts preaching about the Lord in prison, but the other prisoners find it hard to trust her. Later, Momi learns that Yoon Suk's daughter needs a kidney transplant. She agrees to donate her kidney to help save the girl's life. One day, Momi meets a prison ministry group from a local church that has come to talk to the inmates. There, she meets the tteokbokki grandmother. The woman finally reveals that she is Kim Kyongya, Oh Nam-ju's mother. Momi is shocked when she learns that the fan letter with the article and the note was sent by Kyongya. A flashback from 13 years ago shows Kyongya trapped in a car after Momi pushed it into the water. Kyongya manages to escape and swims out of the lake. She says that she has been given a new life to make Momi pay for her actions. Later, the police discover the car and Bu Yong's body. Kyongya gets plastic surgery to avoid being caught by the police. She changes her name and buys a new house. Kyongya searches around the country for Momi but is shocked when she learns that Momi is already in prison. She then finds Momi's daughter, Mimo, and decides to ruin Mimo's life. After getting close to Mimo, Kyongya begins going to the same church. She also spreads the rumor that Mimo's mother is Masked Girl and pushes Mimo to become more aggressive. Kyongya also sends an anonymous tip about Mimo's aggressive behavior so that an article about her connection to Masked Girl gets published. She reveals that Yi-chan did not spread the rumor about Mimo being Masked Girl's daughter at school. It was Kyongya who did it. After Mimo's fight with Yi-chan, Mimo started living with Kyongya. In the present, Kyongya tells Momi that she wanted her to feel the same pain she felt years ago. She wanted Momi to experience the disappearance of her own child. Momi becomes angry and tries to attack Kyongya, but the guards stop her. Kyongya returning home and finding Mimo waiting for her. At the same time, Momi is in solitary confinement and begs the guards to release her so she can help her daughter. Kyongya continues to treat Mimo kindly to gain her trust. Meanwhile, Momi asks Yoon Suk for help to find information about her daughter. Kyongya asks Mimo to contact her grandmother. Momi's mother files a missing person report to find Mimo. Mimo calls her grandmother and tells her to stop searching because she has always wanted her to disappear. Momi later calls her mother and tries to ask about Kyongya, but the old woman is still angry and refuses to talk to her. Momi becomes frustrated and aggressive. She talks to Yoon Suk about her daughter and manages to get the contact number of Mimo's school. Momi tries to talk to Mimo on the phone, but she runs out of time before she can say much. Later, it is revealed that Yoon Suk was not really helping Momi. She gave Momi a fake phone number from the school and lied to her. She keeps pretending that she is helping Momi, but she is actually doing nothing. Yoon Suk also asks her people outside the prison to send fake photos of a 7th grade girl to mislead Momi. Momi sees the photo and believes that it is her daughter. Feeling relieved, Momi prepares herself for the kidney surgery to help Yoon Suk's daughter. While Mimo starts trusting Kyongya more and more, she imagines a future where she grows up and helps the old woman. However, Kyongya has different plans. She drugs Mimo and ties her to a chair. Then she sets up a camera to livestream Mimo being beaten and killed. Momi decides to escape from the hospital and manages to trick the guards while sneaking out. She jumps out of a window and gets injured but still runs outside. On the way, a car hits her. Momi gets up and steals the car from the woman who ran her over and uses the phone inside the car to call her mother. At the same time, Momi's mother finds Kyongya's phone number through a friend at her church. Yi-chan comes to her house and tells her that the tteokbokki lady, Kyongya, is the one who has been spreading rumors about Mimo. Yi-chan and Momi's mother drive to the address of Kyongya's house. The old woman also gives the same address to Momi, who has just escaped from the hospital. On the way, Momi's mother tells Yi-chan to get out of the taxi and go back home. She then calls the police and reports that Mimo's life is in danger because of Kyongya. However, Yi-chan takes another taxi and goes to Kyongya's house to help her best friend. After Mimo wakes up, Kyongya tells her that her mother, Momi, is responsible for her son's death. She speaks badly about Momi while Mimo struggles to escape from her. At the same time, Momi's car runs out of gas, and she asks a passerby for help. While trying to harm Mimo, Kyongya slowly begins to feel some compassion for the young girl. Meanwhile, The police arrive at Kyongya's house after Momi's mother reports the situation. They ask to look around after hearing Mimo screaming for help. However, they cannot find her because Kyongya has hidden Mimo in the basement. At the same time, the woman whose car Momi stole learns that Masked Girl has escaped. After Momi leaves the car, the woman reports it to the police. The police start searching for Masked Girl after learning that she has escaped. Meanwhile, Kyongya goes back to try to kill Mimo. Momi's mother arrives at the house and fights Kyongya to save her granddaughter. While the two older women are fighting, Yi-chan arrives and helps untie Mimo. Kyongya attacks Momi's mother and stabs her with a piece of cutlery just as Momi arrives. The old woman tells Momi to go to the basement and save Mimo. Momi finds Mimo and they prepare to leave, but Kyongya suddenly appears and points a gun at Momi, Mimo, and Yi-chan. Momi manages to stop Kyongya and tells the girls to run away. At the same time, Momi's mother dies in Mimo's arms. After a tense moment between them, Momi attacks Kyongya and runs out of the basement. Outside the house, the police are already waiting and ask Momi to surrender. Just as Momi is about to give herself up, Kyongya appears with a gun and tries to shoot Mimo. The police shoot Kyongya first and she dies instantly. Mimo starts crying while Momi collapses in her arms. Later, Mimo is temporarily taken in by Yi-chan's parents and returns to school. The story ends with Mimo watching a tape of her mother performing on stage when she was younger. Now you guys tell me which K-drama should I recap and let me know your thoughts on this video. Also don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel.